Hi guys, my name is Christine, and today I'm talking about the secret to feeling it before you have it. So this is a Neville Goddard inspired video, and basically today we're going to be talking about how you can feel something before it's manifested, so you can actually manifest it faster. Because Neville Goddard speaks a lot about in his work about how you got to feel it before it comes. Because if you can feel it before it comes, then it's going to come a lot faster and it's going to happen much quicker. So how can we then feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled and manifest what we want faster, basically, right? So first of all, I want you to know that this is a very fun thing to do, okay? If you don't find what I'm about to tell you fun, then perhaps you need to go another way about it. But what I've personally found is that this process is actually very fun. And why wouldn't you want to be feeling this way every day and trying to make yourself feel these things every day? Because it feels good. It feels good. Because that's essentially what it is, right? If you manifested the things that you want to manifest, okay, if you got your wish fulfilled, you would feel amazing, okay? So the secret, really, to feeling it before you have it is to try and force yourself, right? Or maybe you don't need to force yourself, but try and find ways how you can make yourself feel really good, because that's probably how you would feel if everything that you wanted manifested. So you can do this, right? So and I promise you can do this, okay? It's so simple, okay? But it does take practice, okay? Because you hear a lot of information about manifesting these days, how things can come just so easily to you. And you don't need to put in any effort. But I'm afraid that if you are trying to feel something before it's occurred, then you are going to have to put some effort into it, okay? You have to pretend. So let me get into my first point, and then we'll elaborate on some of this a little bit more. Okay, so you got to imagine that you are the one you want to be. You got to imagine that you are the one you want to be. So the kind of person that you want to be, okay? So this is all about acting as if, okay? So this is about acting as if you are rich, if that's something that you're trying to manifest. It's acting confident and sexy, if that's where you want to be. It's acting like you're a catch, if you're trying to attract love into your life, okay? You got to act as if. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to be forcing other people into your worldview about yourself. So you go out into the world and you start telling people that that you're a millionaire. You don't need to do that, right? This is a game that you can just play with yourself. And it's all about the energy that you sort of exude in yourself and how you walk and how you carry yourself. So if you want to be rich, then think about, okay, so how would a rich person walk? How would they speak to other people? How would they feel on the inside, okay? And that's how you do it. It's like playing pretend. It's pretending that you are whatever it is that you want to be. So you've got to imagine you are the one you want to be. And that's fun, because obviously if you were rich, then you would feel abundant, you would feel quite relaxed, you would probably walk with a spring in your step, you would probably have your shoulders back, and you would feel proud, you wouldn't be hunched over and sort of worried, and you would feel confident, you would feel like you have prestige, you would feel worthy, when you go and talk to another person, you'd be able to look them in the eye, and things to that effect, okay? That's probably how you would feel. Now, you may not feel that way. I'm just going off probably how I would imagine myself to go when it comes to that kind of thing. But perhaps you would feel a lot differently. So, because this is my next point, and that is the feeling is going to be different for everybody. But most of all, there's going to be like a general underlying thing of feeling good, right? No matter who you are, if your wish manifested, then you would probably feel really, really good. Okay, but it's going to be different in the sort of like little intricate ways for everyone, okay? So, for example, someone who just got rich may be elated and excited and like jumping off the wall, bouncing off the walls, happy, just so excited, telling everybody, speaking 1,000 miles per minute like what I am right now, right? But someone else might be just like, they might be relieved because perhaps they needed so much money, okay? They'll still be happy and feeling good, but the energy is different. One person is super excited, the other person is just feeling relief because they really needed that money. So it's going to be different for everybody. So you got to think about, okay, so how would this make me feel if it manifested for me? How would I feel? Would I feel excited? Would I feel relieved? Would I feel emotional? Would I cry? How would you feel? Okay, and then it's all about bringing that energy to your everyday life. especially when you're just sort of on your own, because it can be a bit tricky to remember to do these things when you're distracted by other people. So when you're just like, let's say, just walking down the street to catch the bus, to catch the train, to go into your car, maybe when you're driving, get into that feeling state of how would I feel if everything I wanted manifested? Well, how would I feel if my wishes were fulfilled? And how would I behave? How would I feel? How would I carry myself? And then you just live through that and you act on it. But the point here, and this is, I've already addressed this a little bit, and that is you have to do this consciously. You have to make a conscious effort. You have to practice it, because you may do it for 5 minutes and then you may forget about it for the rest of the day, which is fine, okay? But what you want to do is you want to get to a place where it's pretty much how you feel all the time, okay? But that's going to take practice. You will get there, but it is going to take effort, okay? So you need to realize that you need to focus and you need to put in a conscious effort into it, okay? Because if you're feeling miserable throughout most of the day, then obviously that's not how you're going to feel if your wish was fulfilled, would it, right? You'll be feeling good, you'll be feeling happy, you'll be feeling relief or elation or whatever it may be for you, okay? So it's all about practicing it, and it does take effort until it becomes automatic, but it will become automatic the more you practice it. So one of the best ways that you can do this is think about like habit stacking, and James Clear talks about this in his book Atomic Habits. So basically one of the examples that he uses is like, okay, so when I'm going to make my morning coffee and I switch on the kettle, I'm going to meditate for 10 minutes. I'm going to meditate for as long as, not 10 minutes, that's a really bad kettle if it takes 10 minutes to boil, but the minute it takes for the kettle to boil. And it's all about trying to find ways during your day where you're going to feel the wish fulfilled. So it could be when you're switching on the kettle, you might just sit there, okay, I'm just going to stand here for a moment while the kettle's boiled and just get into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Maybe when you're going to the bathroom, maybe when you're brushing your teeth, maybe when you're driving your car. And it's all about trying to find little places, little segments throughout the day where you can practice this until it becomes more automatic and it's how you feel most of the time. And that's basically all you really need to do. Now, there's another way to do this, which Neville Goddard talks about in his book, Feeling is the Secret. So one of the ways that you can imprint this into your subconscious mind is by using sleep and prayer, okay? So this is one of the ways that you can do this so it starts to become automatic, so you start to basically reprogram yourself. Because obviously if you're not feeling like the wish is fulfilled most of the time, then obviously it's not quite in your subconscious mind rather, okay? So sleep and prayer is one of the ways that you can do this. Now, in sleep, basically what this means is that when you are dropping off to sleep, so the last 5 minutes of your day, you go into that feeling state of how you would feel if the wish was fulfilled. Okay, so that's one of the ways you can do it. Because basically, when you're about to drop off to sleep and you're kind of drowsy and you're in this sort of like theta state, it's more easy to impress suggestions onto the subconscious mind. So that's why you do it before you drop off to sleep, okay? Another time to do this is in prayer. Now, prayer isn't, the way that Neville Goddard talks about it, isn't the way that you hear about it a lot of the time. Most people think when they're praying, it means that they're begging to God for things, right? They've got like this, like, he's Santa Claus and he's going to give them lots of gifts, give you lots of gifts or whatever, and you're like begging. And that's why people, the prayer position is often this, because a lot of people use it to beg, right? But the way that Neville Goddard describes prayer is that it's more like a meditation, and it's more like being in an attitude of gratitude and actually thanking God for the gifts that you are receiving, okay? So, and again, with like this meditative prayer that Neville Goddard speaks about, you've got to get yourself into sort of like where you sort of calmed your mind. So it is very much like meditation. And so basically all you have to do is just calm your mind, lay somewhere comfortable, and then just thank God for giving you the things that you've received and acting as if that you've already had them. Okay, so it's all about getting into how you would feel if your wishes were fulfilled. Okay, so it's all about using your imagination and acting as if you already are the one you want to be, and putting in a conscious effort to remind yourself to feel these things, okay, until they become automatic. And when I believe you've got to that place of automaticness and you feel like you can live your days like this most of the time, like let's say it's your predominant thought, obviously things are still going to happen, you're still going to interact with people who are going to make you mad, make you angry, or make you sad, and you can't help but feel some different emotions. You're not always going to feel the exact same emotion throughout your day, but they'll get to a stage where at least most of the time you'll be living in the feeling of the wish fulfilled and acting as if your things have already materialized. And this is a fun thing to do, because obviously if you're feeling this way, then you're feeling good. So it's all about just practicing feeling good, feeling positive emotions, and programming yourself to feel those things. And when you do, then good things will start to happen to you. Because I don't know about you, but when you're going through like a bad day and you just feel rubbish for whatever reason, it seems like bad things just keep on happening. But when you're in a good mood, at least from my experience, when you're in a good mood, it almost seems like it doesn't matter what happens to you, nothing perturbs you. Even if something bad does happen, let's say you get into an argument with someone, or someone is rude to you, whatever it may be, because you're already in a good mood and you've got to that place where you're in such a good mood, that it doesn't perturb you. It doesn't put you off balance. It doesn't knock you off balance. You're like, oh, whatever, I'm just going to let it go. And it's just one of those really magical things, right? And it just seems like when you feel good, things just keep getting better and better. And when you feel bad, things just keep getting worse and worse and worse. So it's a good idea to try to make every day a great day where you feel really good. Even if you're ill, even if you've got things going on, even if the bills are piling up, there are still ways that you can feel good, but you have to put in the effort. You can't just let your brain and your emotions go on autopilot, because otherwise you are just going to be living in reaction all the time. But if you're consciously putting in the effort, and Neville Goddard talks about this a lot, and feeling this is a secret, you have to be conscious of it. You have to focus on it. You have to put your awareness on it. You have to put your attention on it, of how you want to feel. Okay, and you will. Okay, but you have to put the effort in. It does require effort. You can't get something from nothing. You have to put in the feeling, you have to put in the practice, you have to recondition yourself to feel the things that you want to feel. And of course, why wouldn't you want to do this? Because these are the feelings you want to feel anyway. The reason why you want something manifested in your life is because it's going to change how you feel. It's going to make you feel better. So why not feel that way beforehand? And just force basically yourself to, you know what, no matter what happens, I'm going to have a happy life. No matter what happens, I'm going to have a happy day, and I'm going to feel good, and I'm going to feel like everything is working out for me. And you'll find often when you do that, it does. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like any coaching with me, it's just optional, it's not necessary, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. And if not, I will see you again in the next video. So take care of yourself, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.